Hello guys, today I want to talk about Tspsc Group 1 Mains Polity decoding of the syllabus. This video is about Mains of Telangana Group 1 Polity, okay? And today we will discuss syllabus only and how to approach to it, okay? So in the syllabus they have mentioned 5 headings, and today I will talk about first and then second heading only, okay, and I will decode it. Initially they have mentioned evolution of Indian Constitution. In this we need to study evolution. It means from British Acts to up to 1947 Act, okay. It is there in the Lakshmikant, and also some other sources you can refer, okay. And this source you can have to read, and you have to read each act and their significance. Along with significance, what are the things we borrowed from that act, okay. For example, Government of India or Charter Act of 1861, from that we have brought some president functions and powers, okay. Like that we have brought various things from the various acts. We need to read that. And then role of drafting committee, and the drafting committee has did some roles like making the constitution. Apart from that there are some other roles, you need to read that roles, okay. And then it mentioned that next is preamble. In the preamble we need to read what are the features of it, and preamble is part of the constitution or not, and preamble can be amended or not, okay. For this various judgments are there, okay. We need to read the judgments, okay. And then salient features, okay. Salient features of the Indian Constitution, it has very big list, and you need to read that list, and you need to remember the list, and also you need to remember the significance of each one of it. For example, Indian Constitution is the lengthiest constitution in the world. So what is the significance of it? And there are some criticisms also regarding it. You need to read about positives and negatives of each salient features, okay. And then we will see about basic structure, and also we need to read what is basic structure, and what are the things are there in the basic structure, what constitutes the basic structure, and what is the significance of it, okay. For that also significance and what is it is, for that also you need to read the some judgments of Supreme Court, okay. And then in this, here it is mentioned one more, next is amendments. In the amendments you need to remember the various amendments, not everything but some important one, like first, 7th, and then 99 to 106. These are the recent one. You need to read the each one of the features, and you need to read the significance also, okay. And there are some limitations also, you need to read that limitations also, okay. And also what are the procedure to amend the Indian Constitution, what are the types are there, and what is the significance, it is also we need to remember. And in the NCERT we have one chapter, Indian Constitution as a living document. So what is the meaning of living document? That is simply amendments. We are doing some amendments that made us the Indian Constitution is living document as per the situations of the present society, because Constitution made way back in 1940s, okay. And there are so many changes in the society of India. So for that changes we need to change our Constitution. That is the amendment, simply living document, okay. These are the first thing. And here it is mentioned that constitutional philosophy. So as far as my knowledge, this is the wide topic, and I don't know, as honestly I am saying, I don't know what constitute in this, but I will try to learn about it and I will let you know. But as of now you leave this point, okay, because constitutional philosophy is everything is there in that. So we can't say that this is the philosophy and we can't say that this is not the philosophy. So this is very wide topic, and also in this there are some judgments also. So we need to remember that things. I will let you know about it soon, okay. This is the first section. And then next syllabus, it is the second section is fundamental rights, nature and scope. It is simply direct one, you can read from the Lakshmikant or else any other source like vision source, like that, okay. And next one is expanding horizons of fundamental rights. So how fundamental rights can be expanded? Simply it is by Supreme Court judgments or else the Constitution Amendment Acts. Through this, Indian Constitution has some fundamental rights that are changing, that are expanding, okay. And you need to remember the significance of each. For example, there is one right to privacy is there. This is added to the Supreme Court mentioned that it is intrinsically part of the Article 21. So you need to remember the significance of it. And there are some judgments regarding fundamental rights. You need to remember that judgments. Okay. And then next, enforceability. Some fundamental rights are enforceable against state, some are against others also. For example, untouchability is there. It can be enforced even if it is against state and others. For example, employment is there, it is only against the state. Okay. So in the enforceability, it is also direct from the Lakshmikant, you can read it. Okay. Next mention, it is mentioned welfare state. Okay. And welfare state, it is not as I feel separate topic, it's part and parcel of DPSP, and also here separately mentioned about directive principles of state policy. So we will read combinedly. Okay, we will see what is welfare state, and there are some definitions, some authors also given some definitions, you remember any one definition, and also how DPSP satisfy the welfare state. Okay, and then also we need to read need for the DPSP and why they are not enforceable. Okay, these are the things we need to remember from the perspective of directive principles of state policy. And then some instances, Government of India, though it is not enforceable, it is implemented. Okay, for example, related to environment and related to wages, recent to labor laws, it is implemented. So what are the instances Government of India implemented the welfare state? So we are preparing for state exam also, so we need to remember the state perspectives, what are the policies that can be helped in the implementing of DPSP. Okay. And then next one, it is mentioned like distributive justice. Simply in the previous video also I discussed what is distributive justice, but now we will talk about it. Distributive justice is simply social and economic justice is simply distributive justice. We can get it from the DPSP. Okay, for example, from fundamental rights we will get from the political democracy or justice. From DPSP we will get it to the social and economics. Okay, it is the simple. And then rule of law, and rule of law is a simply we can read from Lakshmikant. We need to remember the AV Dicey something person is there, he talks about rule of law. In that 4 are there, in that 3 are applicable to India. So you need to remember the rule of law. And in India, what are the fundamental rights or some other articles are applicable, or they are application of rule of law. You need to remember that also. Okay. And in the syllabus it is not mentioned this, but we need to go somewhat beyond. What is the beyond thing? There is some controversy regarding fundamental rights and DPSP. Okay, this controversy, for this we need to read some Supreme Court judgments and then Constitution Amendment Acts. Initially some government said we can implement the DPSP by compromising fundamental rights, and Supreme Court said no, we can't do that. So there is some controversy, you need to read that also. Okay. And then next one is fundamental duties. So need for the fundamental duties, importance or significance, and enforceable, why it is not enforceable. So what happens if it is enforceable, and there are some committees also regarding fundamental duties, you need to read that. Okay, this is the second part of the syllabus. And third, fourth, fifth, this I will discuss subsequently. As of now I want to talk these two only. Okay. And yeah, I want to show my answers. I know this is not the great answer, but this is what I wrote recently. Okay, this is the topic on constitutionalism, and I wrote this, and it is evaluated by the Sunya Institute. Okay, and they gave 3 marks out of 10. It is a somewhat average mark, maybe it is a poor mark. This is my level of understanding. So if you want, you refer this, pause the video and see it. Okay, pause the video and read it thoroughly. And then here also, and one more question I want to show. This is also regarding fundamental rights and expanding scope. We already discussed it in the syllabus, it is there for us. And I wrote introduction and then body and then conclusion. Is out of 10, here given 4 marks. I feel it is somewhat good score, because 5 is the very good score. And yeah, maybe institute corrected my answer liberally, I don't know, but I got this score. So with this knowledge, I think I can help you with this video, and you also pause this here and then read my answer, and here also. Okay. So now I want to talk some different things. Some people are asking me what are the tips to write the answer. So for this I can only say this: if you learn tips for swimming, you can't swim. Okay, for that you can swim when you dive into the water, but that dive should not be careless. That dive should be with the proper protection. So that protection in answer writing is a learning content. Then you can write answers and learn from the mistake. Okay, so what I want to say is, if you want to directly learn tips, you can't write the good answer. My suggestion to you is, you write good or bad answer, you just write and learn from the mistakes. Evaluator will give you some feedback and take that feedback. From that feedback you learn it. Okay, and I want to say one quotation here: great answer should not be the enemy of good answer or first answer. Okay, if you want to write the great answer, for that you need to write some worst answers or else very bad answers. If you look for the great answer, you never write first good answer or first answer. Okay, for that you need to write it is good or bad, you have to write. So my suggestion to you is, you write something good or bad, then only take the feedback from the evaluators, then you write, you think from your perspective what I can use in the introduction. Okay, for that I have shown you my two answers. You see that answers, then you can understand it. Okay, how you, why I use that intro only there. So that is not the ideal answer. There are many other ideal answers. So that is my answer is, I feel it is average answer. So that is my level of understanding. You can write better answers than me. So for that everyone has to practice. So this is what I can say. So don't, as of now, don't focus on any tips, focus on your content and see the some previous questions of UPSC. I suggest you to see from 2010 to 2014 or 15, because I feel group 1 level will be at this, I think so. I don't think so it will be like 2022 paper. Okay, but whatever it is, first we have to start it from the basics. So I suggest you to go for this of UPSC. Okay, and then you try to write answers and send to us in the Telegram bot. As many as possible I can correct it. And I wrote one APPSC group 1 mains, though I am from Telangana, I didn't clear the mains, but I wrote one mains. So with this knowledge I can say this, and rest is depending upon you. Okay, I hope this video will be helpful for you. If it is helpful, just share it with your friends. Need not to do any others, subscribing it or not, it's up to you. So I will come up with the further more videos, because I discussed only the two things, and three more headings are there in the syllabus. I will discuss about it soon, because I am also studying for some exams, so I don't have much time to do all at once. So as of now I am doing this, and then read it. Okay, thank you. I hope this video will helpful for you. Thank you.